Oh god, we've got an orc. We've got the team that this human team finds the hardest to play against. 1400 orcs.
Oh, well, Philonik, that was brutal. Yeah, 2 deaths against elves when you're orcs. Wayne, that's not an unreasonable statement of, gosh, that was a bit unlucky. Because orcs are one of the most resilient teams, and the Dark Elves weren't exactly death on a stick. Though, yeah, we got a Pyleon guy. But that was, I wouldn't have said Villanek was planning to kill 2 orcs. Mind you, the string of casualties, those first 3 in the early first stages, wasn't the quantity of casualties we did the elves, but the severity of them. Bunch of niggles. 2 deaths takes 3 games to recover from. These are orcs, bud. That would have been 31, 30. They had 39 star player points between them.
Cheers, Nils. Thank you.
Even if you just count a draw points, I think to get a level 3 thrower, you're probably looking at 5 games. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's trim the TV a bit. Who are we playing next week, then? Let's have a look. So, next week, Philenik plays...
To be fair, it was a level 2 thrower, but, well...
It was just levelled.
It was one on 31 points in that game. It got from 28 to 31 or whatever it was from.
30 to 31.
Okay.
Well, it 39 star player points. So, yeah. But, you know, it's all part of the game. So, we play Army of Darkness next. What's the chances they're going to be undead? I think with orcs, if you lose a player in the game, it's like, oh, that's a real pain in the arse. Oh well. But losing 2 of them is like, oh, really, really so. And it wasn't like it was a claw team. But, you know, it was a draw. Could have gone either way. So happy with a point. And let's not forget, Philenik also suffered fairly vicious casualties there. So just one of them things. So where is our next week opponent? Army of Darkness. The Necros. Yuck. He's got a Mighty Blow, Claw Werewolf with Blodge. Ugh. And a Pyleon White. Ooh, double Now, the 2 we play next week is significantly more frightening than the one that's just given us a right good kick in the teeth. Well, let's hope that works out better.
Oh dear.
Well, that probably means we're morally top then. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Yeah, brilliant. We're joint top. So is Philenik. Excellent. And also in a relegation position. Propping up the table. Wayne, you make a very good point. Losing Black Orcs would have been worse. Absolutely. Because at least a blitzer and a thrower are where the points are going to go more easily. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Villy says, any significant misplays on my end? No, there's a bunch of stuff.
I played fast and loose, but then that's I think that's part of the shtick of this team. They always have. It's just kind of fun. Plus, it takes any effort out of me really having to think super hard and get it right. I'm just going to go with that. Finn says, "Am I moving?"
We've put you in a different location. That is now your location.
Oh, I thought you meant my power as a poet or an orator.
No. What we could do, actually...
He might have meant that.
I'm going to consider putting...
Yeah, I like being back there. I can't remember Fellinic. What was I saying? It was probably nothing important. What was the matter with where it was? You know, the traditional place in the corner.
Like that. Do we like
Where
that?
it was? No.
Do we like that instead?
No. Put it in corner.
Why not? Do we not prefer that way around?
No.
What's wrong with it? I quite like it.
Back in the corner. Apparently, you were answering some frightfully interesting question to Fellinic, foolishly when I had some to say. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, he said.
Rex, can you consult the minutes? No, go on. It's important you answer Fellinic. Don't just pander to me.
Okay.
Go on. So if you could.
All right. So what he was saying was there anything that he would have done misplaced? And I said no. I might have done some things differently, but I don't think I'd have done massive misplays. There was the one where the witch elf about turn 13 you dodged through. The troll was sort of here and the thrower, because it was a very loose cage with 2 squares in between. You chose to do a dodge into 2 tackle zones when it was 3-3-3 1 dice, and you went 3-3-4, I think. Now the trade-off actually, when I stopped and thought about it for a second, was I think I added an extra 3 in. You did shorter route but slightly harder. Yeah. In all seriousness, do you want me to swap it back the other way around? Do you prefer the chat being in the bottom corner? Because I think I prefer the chat being in the other corner as well. Should we swap it round? Okay, I'll swap it round. I think what we're going to do, chatter a little bit smaller. So there you go. I can't put Zunk's box on top because it gets in the way of these player cards here, look. So, there you go. Oh dear. There we go. Is everyone happy now? Zunk, can you smell toast, by the way? And I don't mean, like, in general. I mean, right now.
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. Just checking.
No, I'm on strike.
Why?
I was saying something and then got criticised for interrupting you. Interrupting you is absolutely in the contract. I can interrupt you whenever I see fit.
Young fella, me lad. Young lad, me fella.
So I'll have none of this dissent and rumbling and grumbling and no, I'm not having this string. Why am I up here? It's like teetering on the timer. I want to be in the corner where I usually am.
Well, the whole point is that you need to not be in the corner.
Why?
Because you need to go there.
We can't see the player cards
2,
now.
3, 4. No, I know, but that's not as important, is it? Right. Well, in fact, you know what? What would you prefer? Because I can't make you under the timer without making you really small. Because I can't physically pick the timer up and move it.
Put me in the bottom left corner because there's nothing much happens there, and then you, because you're littler, can go in the bottom right corner.
Like that.
It hasn't changed yet. No. Me hard in the bottom left corner because nothing really goes on in the bottom left corner. And then you, because you've got your all greens. Ugh, that's fucking creepy. That looks like a date. And stop making you look taller than me. I don't like it pointed out. Ah! Now we see the half-assed green screen arrangement you've got there. Yeah,
Oh
it runs
no!
out, doesn't it?
Oh no! Shit! There
Now
you go.
God, now it looks like he's some sort of homunculus lurking on my shoulder. What the fuck? I don't like that at all. Well, you're just lurking like you're going to pop out from behind me at any moment. I don't like that at all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Have you run over there?
I know he's behind me, Baz. That's not very good, is it? There's really dangerous elves Philanix got. Did I kill a guard one, Philanix? Didn't you have 3?
Yes, you did.
Didn't I? Sorry about that. That's probably quite a brutal blow to you, because at least the 2 lads of mine that died were just normally skilled. It's just that they're slow to get there. But a guard elf, you can't order a guard elf and hope it arrives next day from Amazon.
Bye, Vin Diesel.
Cheers, Finn. Oh, what? No, you should go there.
No, because I'm taller than you. Look, my top of my head reaches the clock. I've put myself there, and unless I make me smaller, don't work. It looks like Zunk is streaming. Well, fine, you should go there then. I think you go. Oh, fine. Or
Don't make me micro, because then I'll just be some sort of little commentary goblin in the corner. I've lost lots of weight since we started doing this cryo. Thanks ever so much. 1.5 stone down.
yeah.
You're going to want me to do the squeaky voice now as well, aren't you? Matches my diminutive stature.
Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it?
For fuck's sake. Ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
I don't want to be a fling.
Is that not all right? In all seriousness, is that not fine? I think that looks lovely.
I suppose.
It fits. And if you want, just cause, what I'll do is I'll do this as well, look.
Is Metal still here? Does he know he died?
There you go, look. I've even resized me a little bit just to make it so we're the same size.
So it's fair.
So it's fair, yeah. Because we both know that it is important that we are treated equally and fairly. Doesn't have the right stuff. Well, not entirely sure.
I can have a look in the cupboard, Triago. What specific stuff are you after? That works fine, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it does, genuinely.
Did somebody else ask us something a while back? I thought that's an interesting question.
Hang on a second.
A lighter.
Can't hear you.
Why?
Tilted went off again.
Did it?
It did, but only because.
Is it over yet?
Yes. It's done.
You've embarrassed me now in front of Pseudonym.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I look foolish.
Sorry, Pseudo.
What will he think? Tell all the other... Tell everybody else at the Erudite Professor Club that stupid song.
Like that. There you go, mark that.
Oh, Cryo Cheese wants to talk about the Blood Bowl. Right you are. No problemo. Coming right up. I was concentrating on Blood Bowl for a good hour there.
You were, actually. You did ever so well.
on and off. I think we played rather fast and loose, but then isn't that the way with this team? I have always played these Orcs adventurously, and I think that's part of their charm.
I
Do you not
agree with
think?
that. Yeah, I agree with that.
No, I really have. I really have. Of this'll all be fine if I can simply make that short pass. That kind of shit, you know. Of course, that Black Orc will hold the ball if I give it to him. That'll be fine. This loose cage will be robust and impenetrable, probably. And they do remain invincible.
Most of the time.
Well, they haven't lost ever, this lot.
Is it not?
No. Ish. Oh, the cheers are creeping up. You know how I've got 1,600 cheers?
Yeah.
Just over for no apparent reason. It's a terrible investment now. I'm now dropped down to 20th. We can't see 11 to 19, but I was like 14 for quite a while, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's true. If I do what I'm thinking of doing, I'm not entirely sure it's a good idea.
I haven't seen Roust this week. Has he been around at other times?
Not sure.
That was the other thing that was slightly disappointing.
Roust?
Another game passed without scoring any points on Roust. For the pace of it, Helgen, and I needed the Black Orcs because I was a bit light on numbers to just be screen monitors. So yeah, kinda. Except with a Black Orc holding the ball, you haven't got anything that like mobility. You've basically just got to pile forwards. And depending on what we did damage-wise and what Philanich did positionally-wise, I wasn't sure I could do that. It did flash across my mind momentarily, so I take your point. But honestly, what I would have done is if I had the three blitzers, one of whom was dead, one of whom was not badly hurt, and one of whom was on the scrimmage. Probably one of those three would be the target of here, have this. So you got the mixture of pace and needs the points. So I didn't think it would have worked, is why. Well, it's academic, is he's dead now, isn't it?
Helgen, it kinda is. The best way to do with this is we don't want that. We don't want this running around and being a pain in the ding dong. So he's pinned. That's what the point of this was. I got my piling on, so he's stunned. So I've now got two that are taken out a little bit. At any point, the troll could go silly, and so if he charges forward, for now, that's fine. And then what we'll do is then put pressure on him in a minute.
Of course, the other theory, and I can't remember the exact dice, is what if the killing blow on the thrower on Full Metal Orc, if that had been a Black Orc, I'd then be nursing a dead Black Orc.
Yeah, you'd swap
then
it.
Where would we be?
Well, very sad, because if you've got the choice between a dead Black Orc or a dead thrower, it's bye-bye thrower every single time, isn't it?
It's remarkable. This Orc team, I've normally been a lot better at getting points on the Black Orcs, but 14, 13, and 0 is what we've currently got. But we have lost 2.
You've lost 2 that have been on about 14 points, haven't you? Because they've got to about there and then they died.
I want to say 11-y, 12-y, but yes. Yeah. Yes.
Nearly 16, far more than 6.
We've lost 2 blitzers who were on 8 and 11 points as well, which 5 dead orcs in 20 games is, considering the opposition aren't all developed killer teams, because they're not. This is season 2 for this lot. It's a bit piss poor from our lads. We need to get in touch with the armour suppliers and say, honestly, what you doing, oh dear. We need to step that up a bit, because that sort of thing won't cut the mustard when we come against the fighty teams. I'm absolutely starving, so what I might do is order din-dins, and when it arrives, leave you.
Okay, it's fine. We're only going to do this one, so order.
Fun game though, Falanik. I thought ebbed and flowed. I think we've talked enough about everyone's disappointed that we lost some players. So, but in terms of the spectacle, I think that was a decent Orc versus Elf encounter. Could have gone either way. Went down the wire. All that.
It's an interesting question.
Would he have? I think he could have still generated 2D on the Black Orc. To be honest, it wasn't super difficult. The bit that was hard was the some of the dodging.
Let's bring you back there. Think about that. I think about that for a minute.
I'm not making excuses, but there is a factor in that. Given that I left for work at 8 a.m. and then did a full day's work and then came back and then streamed a couple of games and then played, I'm not exactly peak of mental agility right now. So if ever you're wondering, am I just truly awful at this? No, I'm
just tired.
I'm really tired. Ain't the greatest player in the world, but I'm normally all right. On Falanik's poorly as well.
See, there is an argument for the fact that that's just doing a job. Do I even need to foul? Probably not.
I think another interesting factor there was a big slice of my game plan was to foul the living daylights out of the elves and really get serious numerical advantage. Me having a dirty player, an armor 9, Falanik didn't, armor 8, etc. That favours me. I had 2 bribes. The whole fouling thing, neither of us really got a lot of joy out of that. And we did quite a lot of it.
Yeah, it was an odd one from that point of view. I think we're going to bring him right down. Right, let's put some pressure on.
I guess playing Orcs against Dark Elves, the Wizard sort of pales a little bit in its appeal, just because I don't feel that the Orcs have truly got the pace to take advantage of it. It's not. Doing. Still hear me? It's not by any means without its uses, but I think the fact that the faster a team is, the more benefit they get out of a Wizard, that they can cause the mayhem with the lightning bolt, nip in, and then get the ball back. I think Orcs get less bang for their buck from a Wizard than the Dark Elves would have.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, with Dirty Orc and armor 70, 80 elves, I really wanted to do lots of the fouly shit. Historically on this team, McNugget has well, I had 1 bribe, but how did that work out for me? So I wanted to the team has been very successful with fouling to date. That was right towards the bottom end of foul yields. So that's why. Look, I ain't saying it's strategically min-maxed the best way to do it, but it's a bit of a lark.
So, right, well he's committed 2 players for 2 players. I wish I could get the ogre back in because the ogre's big and strength 5. But oh well. Annoying that player's there. Yeah. Oh, he hasn't left anything easy to blitz. So we'll have to just take out what we can take out. Where's the tackle? All the way back over there. Few. And then we'll go after this. Come on. Come on. Rubbish. I'm going to leave him there. The Great Wall of Orc, there is actually, yes. We'll see whether or not this works or not. He merges into the background actually. Being the 2 players down that we already are is irritating. Okay.
Audience has gone very quiet. Are you alright, fellas?
Yeah, I think they're okay.
Worn out. Do folks ask lots of technical questions during my games, like why did Zunk do that? Because the answer's often just because he fancied it. Be a bit of a lark.
No, not very often.
Good. I think they've probably picked up that we don't showcase my games to be, what's the word?
Difficult.
No, I'm not asking you for the word. It was a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Examples of how to play Blood Bowl.
Oh yeah, that too.
Quite, Helgen. They're meant for entertainment rather than education. Well played, yes. One-man crowd suggests Caprice. Wasn't that a sort of... I want to say a Chrysler in the 1970s in America.
Break.
A cautionary example. Oh,
come on.
Gonna quit smoking. It's just been a rough month, mate.
Turn 5. So you can do that. Or you can do that.
I need to buy me as a goblin. I think that would be good.
2, 3. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's run you up.
I wonder if I've got enough money.
Don't know. Ooh. So
have a quick look to see if I can buy me a goblins. Ooh, I can, but I've only got 50,000, so if anybody else dies...
sorry about that.
Yeah.
No.
Very helpful on IOC and gets one more point.
Well, One Uncrowned, what we've got is effectively a very easy. We've got the ability to one turn with the catcher, so we can afford to be less ball focused than we might otherwise choose to be. I would be very pleased with 2 removals. So I've got 1. If I can get 1 more, I'd be absolutely delighted.
Oh, Helgen asked an interesting question. How much worse would Orcs be if their journeymen were goblins?
Ooh.
For me in league plays, wouldn't make a difference because I tend to go with a fairly fat bench anyway. Last thing you want's running out of Orcs. Orcs aren't great when they're lacking numbers.
No.
Same with it dwarves are. You need everybody to cover the pitch because you ain't going to move around it that fast. Even if you were running a tight roster and so you had loner goblins, I mean, what you tend to use loner line orcs for are being in the way and fouling. If your dirty orc has got sent off, not massively, maybe. I suppose it depends on your philosophy of what team lineup you've got and what you're using any journeyman for. I suppose. I think loads of ways that orc coaches build their teams and play them, it wouldn't have much of an impact. You can use the goblin for lots of fouling, but you can use the lino for the same effect. He's a little bit slower, but significantly more rugged. Interesting question, though.
Razzle. That's a shame.
Everyone points to that, Wayne, and I'm conscious I'm debating lots of stuff with you. It's not because I'm trying to argue. In reality, throwing a goblin is so fraught with things that are likely to go wrong. You're never going to rely on it. It's pretty much a last ditch. Fuck it, I've nothing else I can do. I might as well throw the goblin. I mean, a one-turner with a goblin. What did we work it out as with a reroll? It was
not very much.
It was single digits %. And the other thing is maybe using it as a sort of scum wizard that you throw in the goblin at a ball carrier. Again. But it's quite amusing. I think in the way that Monty does it, it would be probably the way I'd look at it. Don't mean you're specifically bad at throw team, mate, Larison. You've never had a go, mate. For all we know, you're awesome. Let's go with that. What I really need is for you to just randomly pick up 2 points somewhere. That 3 dice block against a harmless elf would have been lovely. Because there's so much of a difference when you get guard. Troll throw teammates 2+2+3+4+. That's just to throw him. You've also got the landing as well. So that a 3+. If anybody wants to stick that in Samba, well, I'm sure we calculated this a while ago, and it was less than 10%. Or if you roll a double straight up, I'll take block straight away. See, part of the problem with the whole throw teammate one-turner isn't the goblin troll bit, it's actually getting the ball to the goblin in the first place. Because you can't throw it, you've got to physically pick it up with whoever retrieves the ball and then reach the goblin. And your best bet's a kick-off return thrower who's then movement 5. So if your opponent has a kicker that can pretty much make that ain't gonna work ish. So I'd say getting the ball to the goblins the hard bit. You see what I mean, though, that it's retrieve the ball, get at the goblin, throw the goblin, he lands, and then you've got to dodge through whatever's in front of him. You've got probably 10 dice rolls.
Yeah, they're hard.
The 2s, 3s, and even 4s.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's why you don't see it happen all the time. Doesn't mean I'm not going to buy a goblin, though.
I think it's worth having as an option, because if you've got it, then you have the option. If you don't have it, you don't even have that option. However, you've also got to expect that it is very unlikely to work. So 5% is better than no percent, but don't lean on it.
If you tried it every game as your main, a big thing, so every opportunity that it was vaguely sensible. So it's turn 8 and you're receiving, or it's turn 16 and you're receiving. If you tried it every time, if you got one a season, that would be really good going, I think. Could just buy another line org. Don't know, think about it. It's academic, as I haven't got the spare boys logging about at the minute. Baz says this ain't looking too good. I'd go along with that. I think 5%'s optimistic, Anders. Orlensis made it 2 games in a row.
Well, you always get someone who can do something.
Well, if 1 in 500 chance is going to happen. I mean, I managed the famous triple skull into triple skull. I remember that happening a couple of years ago, and that's tens of thousands to 1, isn't it?
It is.
We'll probably do it. I just I'd never point at an orc team and go, oh my god, they've got a troll and yet no goblin. What madness is this? It's just to put context on that. Yeah, you might as well, because why not? But you're comparing no chance with very, 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 very chance.
Bushranger, they can field a halfling. They can field Puggy Bacon Breath. So that can be a thing, but it is a star player. So as long as everyone respects the star player.
So you can give him the ball and he can be thrown by the ogre?
Yes.
Oh, never seen that before. Problem is, if you've got star players on a human team, Griff and Zug are just so good. Puggies, unless you're playing one of those games like playing against Charlie Banks with that kind of inducement bucket, he's quite far down the list of priorities, isn't he?
Yes. He is. So right, well, he's done an interesting thing here, which is left the one-turner not just vaguely on, but absolutely on.
We've played him El Catoni before, haven't we? Name's very familiar.
Possibly. Okay. Right, so we're going to blitz into the... Oops, swap you around. So we're going to blitz into the ogre. Ogre goes there, so we got block, block, push. That's 1 through. If, however, we get a quick snap, we can do far, far more. The QS goes there. You can do this all day long. Right.
Rorarimbo, just like the low-hanging fruit of that question, you'd never take 2 throwers on an Orc team. I can't think of any reason why you would.
Yeah, very rarely.
Especially for tabletop.
Yeah, just don't.
You wouldn't have 2 throws. You probably, unless you gav, you probably wouldn't have 2 goblins either. Just saying. In fact, I think you get away with 14 models. Quite honestly, a tabletop Orc team will probably have what, 12 players? 13? 12, 13?
12. It depends. In tournament play, no, not even as many as that.
11.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Statements is quite right. You don't have to play with a thrower. In fact, we even tried that for a bit, but it was absolutely doing my tits in, failing to pick the ball up, and so it was like, well, somebody needs sure hands, and like El Katomi's got a sure hands blitzer there. I'd rather just have him being a 4th blitzer, my preference, but you can play with quarterback blitzer if you want.
Oh, you haven't got guard. Yes.
Well, that's all true statements, but he's also capable of, in a fundamentally basic way, throwing the ball, and I throw the ball almost every game. Just saying it's the wisest thing to do. Like it. So I'm quite happy chugging along with a single thrower.
2, 3, 4, 7.
If you get an agility blitzer, then that still makes the thrower viable, as you've now got a reliable receiver. Yeah, I agree. The movement 5 and the ball carry, but the thing is that what Orcs will do to score is usually try and force the cage 3/4 of the way off the pitch, and then the throw gives it to a blitzer who scores. Is very common, or at least when I'm playing.
3, 3. So I can use dodge. It's all about using the reroll. Go on, run this in, and we were all right. Come on. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I wasn't lucky.
Come on. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh.
Well, shoot. Oh, that was darn unlucky. I'd like to make. You did the hard bit, didn't you? What about leap?
That's a shame. That's a shame. He does need sure feet. Yes, I think the skill for him next is actually going to be sure feet.
What about leap? Agility 4, dodge leap, lots of movement.
You could leap actually.
I like leap. I mean, they're all edging towards the same thing. He just pelts off down and gets somewhere.
Right, you're going there.
Yeah, Raz makes a good call. Sidestep's good on her thrower, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Tired?
I was tired yesterday and then didn't fall asleep super early last night, so I was tired today and then was at work, and now it's 12 hours later and yeah, I'm a bit tired. Right, I'm going to bugger off and wish you the very best of luck for the concluding half of this one.
Cool.
As it is rapidly approaching 10 o'clock, my dinner's nearly here.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you ever so much for joining us this evening. It's been lovely having your company. But now it's time for Bubbly Milk and a Story, and we shall look forward to seeing you possibly on Tuesday, depending on what time we get in. Failing that,
Well, I'm not sure if we're streaming on Tuesday actually now, because Tuesday night will be me driving to Newcastle. Probably.
mint.
Probably.
Saturday then, and we can talk about how you got on in Newcastle, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Are you off this week, you say,
Yes.
on Friday?
Yes.
We can stream Friday if you like.
Yes, that's a good idea.
So I'm during the day.
You're up for that.
We can do a daytime stream on Friday. Saturday is normal. Oh, that'll be lots. Wonderful. Anyway, night, folks.
Toodaloo! Let's put you there. Shall I? Let's put you... No, let's not. Do I want that guard wandering around? Don't think we do, so they can go there. Right. Are you feeling like you want to pick the ball up? You are. Are you feeling like you might want to throw the ball? No. Oh well. Oh well. Right. Strategy-wise here, it really is don't lose the game. So if we get a couple of more Orcs out, and he has only got 11, I'll happily go score. I'd really like to score on a Blitzer, and I don't mind. Yeah, a draw here is all right. It's just don't lose the game. So that's the plan. Oops. We are going to then go after this turn, this half. That's absolutely going to be happening. I'm not letting that run round and be a menace. Because of this. Yeah. He's done a good job. That lineman's done a good job. So let's see what he does. Don't lose as a plan seems to be a good start. Well, we broadly can most of the time play for the draw because we've got the ability to go win it on the one turn with that catcher, and that's just fine. The record for this team will be about don't fuck it up, really. I think you have to get to about 8 draws before draws actually hurt. So getting to draw, early draws are all right. I'm not letting that run round. That's not happening. We can also do that, and then a little bit of that. Don't tell Zonk when he gets back. 2 draws equals 1 win, 1 loss. No, not rankings points, Hellboy. I don't think so. Because a loss really hurts. A draw, not so much. I mean, it might be wrong, but I think that's how it works. You could, Baz, but I've turned it off. Do you guys really want more tilted? I don't think so. First of all, let's open with that and see what happens. Okay, so we got the knockdown. We'll be picking up with you, and your armor 8. So it seems like a good play. One to push you out. Can the ogre do a blitz? 1, 2, 3, 4. Blitz. Yes. So let's do ogre blitz. Your armor 8. This is a good move. I'll follow up. One. Get out. There we go. Well done, ogre. Well done. Interesting to see whether he opposes. He chooses not to. For me, I think that was the right call. Bring you out of the way so I know I can snipe you next turn. How much guard has he got to play around with? One's over there, one's there, one's there. Can't make a box, which is what I'd like to make. So you can run forward. You can go there. Three plus pickup. Where's his tackle? There. Oh, he's got one there he can wedge in. Devilishly annoying. How far forward can you get? No, 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 no. So the thrower can actually just stay there. And then I want to threaten going that way this turn. I'll do. So catch is going there, keeping this guy over this side. There we go. Hellboy, it also might depend on how many games you've played. You do fully accept I may be wrong. The last blocks results later on when you... Yeah, that makes sense. So, is that... Am I right in thinking then that, I don't know, 28 wins and, I don't know, 6 draws would be far stronger than, whatever, 17-0-17? Or you're saying, actually, sorry, you're saying that those two records are the same, and yet... No, you're not saying that, are you? You're saying, because one win, one draw, 1 win, 1 loss is the same as 2 draws. Don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so I'm not sure what you're saying, but yeah, that sounds cool. We'll play this game, Iron Adept, and then we'll stop, I think. 1760 is the same as 2003. Right, okay. So 0340 is the same as 17017. However, at 0340, you're saying that if you then went on and win 5 games in a row, it would be better than if you'd won 5 games with 17017. Fair enough. What's that? It's just an normal blitzer. That lineman. So that's Troll's going to block. You playing tomorrow daytime? Probably Baz. Probably going to do some during the week because Tuesday evening, I'm pretty sure there's no league matches booked in. I'm fucking best, but I hope there isn't. Let's just double check. I hope there isn't. Oh bollocks, there is. Slice and dice. In that case, we'll be doing. I'm going to see if I can move that because I don't really. I want to travel. Well, I've got to travel up, assuming we go, and I want to go. We need to not stream on Tuesday. Oh, 17-0 max damage by miles. However, the way that the what's its work is that ooh, and he fell over and killed himself. I didn't fall over and kill himself. No justice in this world. The way that the rulings work, that you get 50% of your points for the first 10 games, then you get more points after that for the next 10 games, and it goes 10 games, 15 games, 20 games, 25 games, I think. So just playing more has a positive points impact on your points record for a little while. Right, I'm going to dig ourselves out of this. That is in a problem. Really fancy putting 3 players in there just to get the 2 dice. So let's consider. Okay, well in that case that is absolutely going to be the player that we blitz. We've got another guard. Yes, so 1, 2. Where's his tackle? Catchery guy. Can go there. Oh no, he can't go there because that's far too far forward. Thrower can come across. Do you want to pile on? Yes! Keep piling on. Keep trying to kill him. Rubbish! Is he safe? For the most part. Let's bring you there to stop from around the top. Come on. No, no, no. Watch out. Yes. actually you're safest being there, and then you run around the top and be there. And you can go there. The point of that, you need to go there actually. There we go. What have we got rid of? One, and he's got a babe, I think, hasn't he? Oh no, no babe. Can score from there, that's insane. Don't worry, you'll be able to break a Lego and do something like Crucible or P-Park. Yeah. But we managed to knock out a relatively large amount of CCL games, I feel, overall. So we're doing all right. That's the one reroll. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we knock out a good chunk of CCL games. We normally get to what, 40 games a season? Yeah, a fair few. Oh yeah, I rely on always getting a good record in CCL. I don't have infinite restarts and all that sort of stuff. I don't have the crutch of literally 200 games to play with. I rely on like having a 60-70% win rate with the team I'm playing with to try and push me into the qualification spot. And I guess I also think I'm a bit spoilt in recent seasons where I've gone, oh, I'm going to play them, and they just qualify. And I certainly feel as though arrogance could be levelled at me for something. Yeah. Rick, thank you ever so much for the host, by the way. That was awesome. Thank you very much. I hope your Blood Bowling stuff was going well. It's nice that you hosted me. Thank you. Sometimes this is nice when people host, isn't it? It's always nice. Always nice. Very nice. Hey, do you have any thoughts on the best ways to improve sources for learning more about the game? Well, Genghis Khan, if you haven't already, can I make a recommendation that you go and check out our YouTube channel? Cheers, Rick. Thank you. Which, if someone types exclamation mark YouTube, that gives you the link to it. We've got a lot of guides and stuff on there, and a lot of maybe not guides. That's not true. Not guides. What I have got on there are replay analysis videos of me talking about me playing a team and then how it goes. So if you've not seen those, there's some Orc one on there. There is some High Elves, and there is, what else is it? What's the other one? What else have I done? I've done 3 races: Orcs, High Elves, and something else. Is it Dark Elves? Yeah. So and we are trying to actively. I say we. I am actively trying to build that up. So that would be lovely if you wanted to go and share something on that. Right, so that troll's got guard. There's nothing in that square there. That is available for a good whack in the chops. Which means we could go score. Do I want to score yet? Oh, we're literally one player short of what about cutting inside? If I blitz there, so I'm 3-4-5 and he's 4-5. So I can go that can go there, and then my blitz can be here, and then I can cut inside. So depending on what happens here, determine what we'd actually do, or we're in. Go there so I don't block that square, because I'm going to need that one. Absolutely follow up. Absolutely pile on. Come on. Go away, big fat orc. Okay. Disappointing. If you went there, I wouldn't require the troll to do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we could put the catcher over there and I can then easy free score next turn. It's probably safer, isn't it? Yeah, that is safer. Stay put. That now means this. The ogre's got to get out of the way anyway. Push him there so he's not tagging this guy out. And follow up. Walk through. So that means I can now walk through and over here. And I probably could go one. What have you got? You've got a line orc who can only get to here. I can put... This guy can go there. And that is actually screening. So I think we do... This guy goes there. This guy goes there. And I think I might even throw it to him. So let's put you there, and then I can have a foul on that if I so choose. If we get him down. You ain't going to get caught now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you get me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you would be safe. So if you went there, you would absolutely be safe. So one square short of where we selected now. That is completely safe. And we'll throw it now. Stay put. And I feel like it would be worth fouling this orc. Ah, didn't get him. Oh well. So we can score if I want to, and probably score basically unopposed as well. There we go. So curious, in the Orc versus Human matchup, are humans already outmatched? Being barely quicker and badly outbashed, or am I seeing it wrong? They're not barely quicker, Neantar. I think that they are noticeably faster, with all of the human players being movement 6, a good chunk of them being movement 7, and I've got a movement 9 one specifically. So if you then compare that with 4 of the Orc players are movement 4, sorry, 5 are with the Troll. He's got a couple of players that are movement 5, and his fastest player is movement 6. He can't really do a lot with that. So it does make a difference. However, what you normally choose to do is get the Black Orcs up into the Blitzers' faces, so then, because they're agility 3, you can't dodge away, and that's how you normally control it. On defense, if the human coach is good, he will keep the Blitzers hidden or not always based up. So Bit like with Amazons, you try and sort of you're trying to jab rather than go for a massive uppercut type hit. You're just trying to like jab, 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 and wear them down. Make sense? Fucking hope so. Just need to get rid of one more orc. Just one. Baz, is that true? Because that is insane. If that is the case, that is absolutely insane. Right, if you went there, you could blitz into there and push, and then you would pop back out again like a little plug, and I could surf you. And getting rid of that would be quite nice. What sort of plug, I hear you say? Special type of plug. And we roll pushes. No. Ooh. Oh, we can just get it. Get in. And he's chose to eat it. That is a call. Hang on. We will be going scoring this turn, by the way. Now, I've got my request. Boy, I'm ever so sorry. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. COCODK. Do I ever play dwarves? Not very often, is the honest answer. I guess it's like with most things. I guess I could if I tried, but I haven't played them very much at all. Oh, we've got to go score now. Dwarves is one. It's in Blood Bowl 2. I haven't played them at all. I've played them in Blood Bowl 1 a little bit, but I wouldn't describe me as a dwarf player. Oh, he come back, bastard! That would have been epic. Right, so what have we got rid of? We've got rid of 2 orcs, both guard, which is nice, and one of them was his sure hands player. So he is down to 9, and on this occasion it's now worth, I don't know if it's worth sticking the troll on the line of scrimmage. He's down to 9. It is down to 9. How many fast players has he got? 2. Got 4 agility 3 players left. I'm convinced putting an orc on the line of scrimmage is a good idea. Thingy on the line of scrimmage is a good idea. Okay, let's change the setup a little bit. So, an off-centered setup. On the basis that this might just pull. What would you do if you? How would you respond to this as the Orc coach tactically? You should 3 players here because that's what he did last time. And he'll cover the ball, and he will be cautious about offense. I think this will work. I would like to see your tactics on the dwarf team. Okay. In what respect? Because there's general strategy, and then there is how to deal with specific stuff. 20 minutes. Peacock 60 game chaos couldn't be found anymore. Huh. Pendo, I take it you won. Because I tried that idea in a league team actually, because in a lot of leagues you find you get league play is probably best for long-term Blood Bowl play, because the good players all get promoted and win the early divisions and then end up at the top of the league, and the players who are still learning the game or playing for fun or all those sorts of things tend to hang around at the bottom of the league. So you find your level and you sit there. Both teams lose a turn. Oh, bollocks. Worst possible kickoff. Literally worst possible kickoff. Fuck's sake. And I was finding with the Chaos teams, I've done it a couple of times, I went 8-0, 9-0, 8-1-1, those sorts of records, which was meaning that I was getting promoted too fast. So what I tried to do was slow the progression down by giving everyone Mighty Blow. So it made the games harder, but you picked up, in theory, more star player points. The practicality of what happened was the team just exploded. That's risky. Oh, have I left a fucking gap? You dickhead. You fucking dickhead. That shouldn't be there. That's too much talking to you lot and not enough paying attention. Hashtag blame chat. Well, you guys are all there. I can easily blame you, right? You don't mind? We're all friends here. Hashtag not my fault. Hashtag not your fault. Well, yeah, Flux, I guess you're probably feeling quite happy at the moment, what with being named into a team and all. Oh, he's thinking he can't re-roll that. Nope. Okay. So, you can get up. You're doing a cracking job of also marking that player. And now it's time for a blitz. So, can I get to the ball? Not really. But what I can do is go mark the ball and basically declare where that blitz is going to be. This turn is tag the crap out of loads of stuff. Where are we going to blitz? Are we going to blitz that Black Orc down, or are we going to blitz that down? We could go double tag. How many rerolls we got? 3. So I know I've got enough reroll if I need it. If I take that down, that removes any form of agility 3 this end nonsense bullshit. So it's almost got to be this is the blitz. Push it into the ogre. So we'll do 1, 2. Behave yourself. Phew. Really need to have another scoring threat now, otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Oh, fuck. So, we've got a problem. Good. Do I need to pile that on? No. I just need to make it so it doesn't run away. That's fine. Bring the thrower forward because having sure hands up here would be helpful. And then having the catcher over this side I think is better. I think I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. Why north of the Black Orc? Yeah, more for scoring threat. Pretty much, it is scoring threat. This is a monumental 1 in 9 he's got to pick up. Haha, Dina she'd be insane. If you ever get agility on her, she will basically become the best player in Blood Bowl. Because you've got 5 skill slots on a Witch Elf by 76. Plus 1 strength, plus 1 agility, leap, wrestle, tackle. Would be the best Witch Elf in the world. And she's got 4 of the best 5 skills. Very good. Yeah, Killjoy, it happens from time to time. I'm aware that his player is only AV8, but it's not. Dropped it. Dropped it. Oh. Well. So. 2 dice there to move this out of the way. So we know we need to put something else in. So if you go there, I can have a player back. So can you go there? Yes. Can you get there? Yes. So you just need to push you out of the way. That's fine. We'll follow up. Next move is you there. That's fine. Follow. Which means you go there. So now you hit you. He's fine. And you can follow up. Now, what we can do is one dice on this guy. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could do a 3 plus. A 3 plus for 2 dice. So I've got 3 plus with a reroll, 2 plus. Or I could hit you. And then I could do a naked 3. So if you roll a 1, which is a skull on the 1 dice, you're then worse off. If you roll a 2, which is both down, nothing happens. If you roll anything else, you're ahead of the game. I'm going to take the 1 dice. That is not a skull. These are the dice you're looking for. Woo! Get in. So we're in. Let's just bring these guys out of the way. We don't want them getting punched for no reason. We're also going to bench the ogre on this particular game because if there is a riot and I need to move players around reliably, I want the ogre to be the player that I can move. Also swap you guys around. And you can go there. So the 4 blitz are in the middle, catcher, players with movement 6. There we go. Human wins are always strangely satisfying. They are indeed. Fiction says, so I've got this movement 8 orc blitzer with tackle. Considering frenzied guard and sure hands as for a skill. We have no dedicated ball carrier. Blimey. Block, tackle, move 8. So you've lost 3 of your 5. You've got 2 skill slots left. Guard is always a great skill. Don't like frenzy on him, because he's more a sacker than anything. I think guard and sure hands probably are the 2 skills for me. Don Quixote has not seen my guide for one turning with linemen split out like this. There is a reason that Don hasn't seen it. It's because I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but I have written it. Poor lineman. He's been KO'd a lot. Oh, you've got a right, you've got a blodger. Sure hands is probably the safest play. I would probably go Do you know what? Do you know what, Fiction? I'd probably actually take guard because guard, sure hands, guard, sure hands. Just guard. It's just so much better than anything else. Oh my god, he's quad skulled. Wow. That's a bit rough. Don't get many of them to the pound. I've got 7 guard on the team. Well, have 8 guard on the team, Fiction. You can never have too much of it. Orcs have got natural access to 9. The thing that I enjoyed playing Orcs in last season was once I'd got the phalanx of guard, they were just really, really difficult to play against. So, just more guard. Oh, we've got an MVP on a player. That's good. BCL picked up 6, and then a bunch of other players picked up 2 each. That's alright. Hello, Muppatello. Is that right? Yeah. I would take more guard. So that was game 14 for this lot. They're doing well. Now, I have earlier and off stream leveled up the stadium, so now we've got the ability to do something else. What do we think? Don't surf that much, so I don't think a beer stand was worthwhile. Referee rest area, I really like the idea of that. I really like the idea of that. Oh, just Muppet. Fair enough. This one armor fails a go for it. That just looks cool. Sorry, Ella. Sorry, man. It was a good game. It was a good game. I was a little bit too passive in the first half for letting you score. I thought I'd be able to break in, and you'd actually did a fantastic job of walling it off, which stopped me jumping in and making the score. So I then had to swap to my other strategy, which because you'd only got 11 orcs, Mighty Blow piling on, and I was going to foul your killer. But the killer really, for you, I think he was... I got him isolated fairly early on, and he didn't really have a lot to do in that game. Don't watch that, Muppatello. Don't watch it. It's horrible, man. You're curious about it. Well, I'll give you a synopsis. What happened was, my Mighty Blow hit his armor 7 and nothing happened. He hit me and I went bang. So that's kind of what happened. He played well, but the armor breaks were massively one-sided. Going back to the last game, I thought that you did a great job of blocking it off. The fouls, I think you were unlucky with. You didn't get any removals out you fouled with your bribe. Equally, you didn't get sent off. So I know maybe slightly statistically unlucky there, I guess. Overall, if you took it all as a thing, and areas for thinking about would be the defense on the one-turn setup, letting have the players together. You probably better not letting that happen, and being able to isolate out your Mighty Blow piling on player, which we kept under control for big swathes of that game, whereas mine was running around punching stuff. But you were a difficult player to play against, and I can see why you've got that record. Very good. Street, sorry, let me quantify. Caused 0 casualties. It's not about the KOs because you got a babe. It was about actually little red crosses. So to me it did nothing. Yeah, it made the first drive really fairly straightforward, but when you then go and red crosses, no red crosses, that wasn't the same. What Andy is trying to say is he glad you lost. Yeah. It was fine. It was fine. So, right, anyway, what are we going to pick for this? Do we want an Astro Granite? +1 on armor rolls when a player fails a go for it. Won't make many go for it. Throw a rock and get the ref. No. Nuffle's altar. Well, humans do have some good star players, so that wouldn't be insane. That could be a thing. And we do get those. I quite like the... Nah, I don't want the rock one. Rock one's boring. I think this. I quite like the idea of this. Yeah, do you know what? That's that. Good choice, everyone. Well played. Lol, what have you leveled up with? Guard, hopefully. You've leveled up with Wrestle. Well done, Lol. So the humans are now 1500 TV. Coming along. And I've decided, by the way, on Oh My God, No Way, his 2 remaining skills at between now and 76 are going to be, and this is going to be controversial, so I want to know what chat think about this. We're going to take Grab at 51 points, and we're going to take Juggernaut at 76 points. Very interested to see what you think.